Hello there. Let's make a bonsai. And so, what the bonsai thing, I don't know. And so, for the first time ever, we're going to be keeping this. Let's go to tab 3, command R9, press, command R9, press, and R9, press, and boom, we now have a, what's this? 10 by 10 cube. Yay, yippee. Yeah, let me just move my microphone a bit closer to my face, so that way it's easier to hear me. Anyway, what we're going to be doing now is going to be making sure that we're in the 3 tab. Ignoring these 4 blocks at the end, we're going to be selecting a dish, this, that, and then just this center bit here. And we're going to, oh, that was wrong side. That was the wrong side. Don't do that. I'm going to be doing it on the top side, so that way it's easier for the entire thing. And we have to do less math. So less math is good. And we're just going to move this down like oh, that's not good. Put it up to about there. Now for the bottom part right here, I'm going to be taking this, I'm going to be selecting all but corner 4, which, well, that's just great. I'm just going to be selecting these little bits on the side here as well, because apparently I cannot do math, and that can result in me failing this. Why did I select that? Right, now I'm going to have to unselect them. That's just, yay. Alright, if you like this video, then, and I hope you do, because I hope I'm making videos that people like, then, why is this one, this should be 2, and in that case, if I could get this to work, there we go, this is going to be annoying, so as I time-lapse this, and get it to work, because of course, so, if that, well, I get this to work. Yes, finally. And I hope you like making a bonsai, because we're currently making the pot to put the bonsai in. You know, I give up. I'm not actually gonna make this cube, so I'm gonna, should I press that? Oh no, great. So as I do this painstakingly, I'm gonna say this. Yeah, that works. And so we end up with this. Yay, now let's color it, because of course we have to color it. So let's first take our top blocks, which were much easier to do. Take them, go to this, make the material, assign the material to only these guys, change the base color to be more of a brown. So it's okay if you make the entire pot this while you're choosing out the brown. I'm gonna go with this brown. I feel like I shouldn't make. I'm gonna assign these guys to be material, and these guys, I'm gonna go all, shift, command, shift command that. No, what the? Deselect this. Okay. I guess material will be changed to a bit more of a gray, setting this to 0, setting this to 0, because you don't want it to be more pink. We want to increase the roughness to 1, we want to increase the metallic to 1, so that way we end up with something sort of like this. Then we're going to go to the top right here, and do the same, select all these faces. Now we create a new material, assign new, and now we go to the brown. We want like a poopy brown. Poopy, that's not a poopy brown, that's a poopy green. That's a poopy red. Ouch. Why can I not get poopy brown? I feel like that works. Does that work? Let's see here. Does this work? No, it's a bit too light. It's a bit too light. We gotta make this a bit darker. Yeah, that works. That's good poopy brown. And then we could also set roughness to 1, if I remember correctly, or 0. Oh, yeah, it's 1. We don't want translucent dark. Now then, we can take this, we can rename this to pot, and we can hide it. Now what we gotta do is we gotta go over to here, add mesh, cylinder, tab 3, select this top face, E, that, R, E, that R E that R E. I'm just gonna be doing this a few more times. I'm sure you get the idea by now. Rotate this. Command R right here. Move this out a bit so that way it doesn't look as janky. Rotate this. So remember, jankiness is the enemy of this. So now E, R, E. And there we go. This is gonna be our basic sort of branch thing, but this doesn't look like a good branch, so we're gonna make it look sort of like the bamboo that we made. Go check out that video later if you have the time and if you like this video. So far, if you watch it up to here, thank you so much. Why did I do it like that? There we go. And now we shrink this bit. 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 And we shrink this bit. Oh, nope. There we go. We've shrunk that bit. Now we gotta go over to each of these bits right here. Press Command R, bring this down a bit, and rotate it. So just go around and do that for a little bit. Have fun with it. Mess around with it. Because remember, in order to learn Blender, messing around is good. So, because messing around allows you to learn stuff. It's better to learn by trying than to learn by seeing someone else teach you. Why did I press S? So, yeah. So, just mess around for a bit. Try things out. See if you like them. Nope, that was bad. And yeah, once you get that done, you can just try some other things, see if you like those. Remember, go to the top part here, Command B, this part a bit, a little bit. We ba 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 ba, and then selecting this top face right here. I go over to this a bit. So that way we have a little indent right here. Now we're going to take this, I'm going to make it the same color as dirt. Ta-da! Now we're going to take this, Shift Option, click there, Shift Option, click there, Shift Option, Shift Option, Shift Option, Shift Often. I'm shipping things often to this specific location. That was a stupid accent. But anyway, now assigning a new new thing. We're going to be making this one a bit more yellow right here. So that way we end up with something that looks sort of like this. Now we're going to taking all of this, just going to be hiding it again. I get it. Now add mesh plane. Go over the top bit right here. There's too zoomed in. Tab 1, so that way, nope. Shift, click on that, so that way you end up with just a vertex, and then move this vertex to some point right here. E, 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 and it's perfectly okay if these leaves turn out a bit square or a bit janky. You don't actually have to get them perfectly symmetrical or the same. I'm gonna try and aim for symmetrical. Ooh, nope, press Command Z, Shift that, F, Tab, A, F. There we go. And now we create a new material, which is going to be a bit more of a green color. That's going to be a darker green. So now that we have this dark green color, we can go back up to here, Tab A, G, so that way we can move the bottom point. So that way we can move the bottom point. Command C, Command V, R, Command C, Command V. Now we go R. Now that we ended up with these sort of maple leaf things, I guess, I'm going to take cylinder, we're going to be renaming it to trunk, and then we're going to be showing it again, copying, pasting, adding the first trunk, taking the second trunk, going over to here, rotating it 90 degrees, then by 90 degrees again, and then checking something. Then is this 90? No, this one has to be 180. This one has to be 0, I think. nope, yeah, these, it's this one that should be 0, and this one that should be 90. There we go. Now we just gotta go over to here. And we gotta scale it into our branches right here. So sort of like that. Now we go back to the trunk bit right here. Now that we have our branch, wrong trunk, wrong trunk. Take all of this. We can scale it up. Oh, and for these two, you want to bring them up a little bit to reduce the overall lag of your thing due to the fact that they have overlapping faces. It doesn't really change the look that much, but it does reduce lag. Anyway, now bringing the trunk back, we can begin to move all of our branches into place. Yay! Yippee! This is going to be so painstakingly long. Anyway, just want to do this a few times with big branches. Just rotating it around. And then making sure the branches are at different, sort of levels and areas. So that way, it becomes a little bit better looking. And that way you can take, and then you take these, and if you really want, you can then shrink them down, rotate them by a little bit, move them around and back over to this part to create smaller offshoot branches. And yeah, just make sure you line them up. It's okay to turn off snapping for this bit. And remember that the shortcut for moving things around is G. So anyway, then selecting all, deselecting the main branch, copying and pasting, then rotating a bit, moving around, moving up, up to there, and then, yeah, moving this back over to there, to there, reselecting this bit. We're just going to be messing around with the branches for a little while. And yes, from the wrong angle, it does look really weird. So just mess around with the branches for a little bit so you get sort of a tree that you're happy with. It's okay if the branches seem a little bit weird and wonky like this one, but generally you're going to want to hide them pretty well. So this does mean a little bit of fine tuning. Then selecting all, deselecting the main branch again. Copying, pasting, rotating, moving around over to this side. And then scaling up and around and up and around. Oh, and then don't forget to scale them down occasionally, so that way you can end up with smaller branches. Because a good tree doesn't just have all uniform same size branches, it has some variety. So, yay, yeah, moving the branches all around. Because that's what the videos are. I don't know why, but also, by the way, if you watched to this far in the video, thank you so very much. And if you have anything that you'd like to see in the videos, or any sort of things that you find interesting or nice, then positive and constructive feedback is welcome. In fact, it is encouraged, because learning how to get better at stuff is what allows you to succeed and survive in the world. At least that's what I've been taught. If not, then I guess the entire world system is a lie. But that's a topic for another day, when we're all feeling slightly happier. Oh, and then for this little tidbit at the branch right here, we can just add this, take that, multiply this, copy, paste, rotate it 90-ish degrees, move it around over to here, move it up a bit, and don't forget to rotate it to be like about there, and move it up to like here, and then boom, just like that, we have all of this. Now we take all this, we copy, we paste, We rotate to be about here. We move it to like about there. Just like that, we now have big branch, or big tree, or big whatever you want to call it. And it's perfectly okay, just then rotate it over a little bit. And then ta-da, we now have this. Now I take all this, we go over to here, we copy, we paste, we move it up, we scale it down, we move it down a bit. Now amongst this chaotic mess of leaves and branches, we can then take all the planes. This will take quite a bit of scrolling. Not on your phone. But scrolling, new collection, leaves. Okay. Scroll up to the top right here. Ah! And we just select all the trunks. We can go down to here. I'm going to name this one branches or tree, because I know how to spell tree, I don't know how to spell branches, because I cannot spell to save my life. And we're going to reappear the pot, take all of the things but the pot. We're just going to scale them down, and then move them. Move them into the pot. See? So you see how easy this is to make a plant? See how easy it is to make this little plant. And then just remember to put them right. Anyway, ta-da! We now have a little bit bonsai plant thing. Yay! 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 Woohoo! Gonna hide this. Have fun. See you later. And if you have any ideas for things in Blender that you think would be cool, then comment them down below. And I will see you next time. Enjoy this time lapse. Goodbye.